What is going on, guys? Santoro Shreds here with a YouTube video. Where the hell have I been? Well, I had my wisdom teeth taken out and I was gone for probably about a week. Then I kind of just, focused on other posting on some of my other stuff like my sports account, etc. Inside New York Sports. Leave a follow for sure. But look at all these stupid gnats around me. But anyways, we are on the bulk. Obviously, we weighed in at 160 pounds, so we are in the 160 pounds now. But sorry if this is a little bit, camera's a little bit shaky. I'm holding it with 2 fingers right now until we get back to the house. But I am on a late night walk, of course, 10,000 steps a day, almost at 10,000 calories. Don't think we're going to be doing a 10,000 calorie challenge anytime soon, but the next time you see me, I'll be making dinner. She's a little bit crispy, but you know what? We're making pancakes. All right, meal is done, as you can tell. Protein pancakes, usually they're kind of my go-to lately. Either that or some chicken, rice. Obviously with my wisdom teeth, I had to eat a lot of soft foods, so I'd be eating a lot of cream of rice, a lot of oatmeal, pancakes, foods like that, eggs, egg whites. The good thing was that my diet honestly consisted of soft foods, really. But yeah, it was a bit of an adjustment, with wisdom teeth surgery. Obviously, my mouth is feeling a lot better, and I'm able to even just start eating foods that you kind of have to crunch. Made some sourdough bread today earlier for breakfast, and, put it in the air fryer for a bit, let it get a little bit toasty. Had no issue. So that is a good sign, but definitely want to get some content here, whether that's 4 days of eating, days in a life as a college athlete, etc. Just what do I do to stay disciplined, stay consistent, motivation, etc. Because I am a big believer in motivation. So the big thing with motivation and discipline, like, I obviously want to be a disciplined person, but sometimes people take the narrative of your motivation's BS, etc. That's not necessarily true. You need motivation to then incorporate your discipline, right? So if you're motivated, let's say, to shed off 20 pounds, you want to lose 20 pounds during the summer, so you're motivated. So you're telling your brain and everything, I want to lose 20 pounds and I want to get shredded for the summer. So you dial in your food, you dial in your sleep, you dial in your recovery, training, everything, hydration, and now you're motivated. Now the discipline comes in of stacking the days and stacking the weeks, and then before you know it, you're locked in on your meal plan, you're locked in on your training, and before you know it, you've lost 20 pounds and you look better. Your face gets leaner, your overall stomach and everything. You can see your abs, and you're training hard, you're hitting PRs, etc. Even if you are in a calorie deficit, you could still, build muscle in a calorie deficit. But then it's the discipline of, all right, I don't want to cheat on my diet at all. Some of my friends, they come out and they ask me to go to dinner. And, you say, all right, why not? I'll go to dinner, but you're going to make a healthy choice, right? You're not going to get the fried chicken sandwich. You'll get a grilled chicken sandwich, right? I'm not saying you have to get salads, and get a ton of salads. I'm not saying that at all. You can make healthy choices without eating lettuce, right? And I don't think you have to do these crazy diet hacks either to lose weight. So, like, one of the big things you can do is, look at the menu, because there's definitely going to be a healthy option. And, I mean, I get it. If you go to, like, McDonald's and other fast food restaurants, maybe it might be, not as good, but there are some places that have high protein and low calorie meals that you can get and still hang out with your friends. Like, you don't have to lock yourself in a box because you're not on like a bodybuilding prep. You're just trying to lose weight. So I think that's the big thing is still hang out with your buddies. Still, you could still eat out. You could still have a cheat meal once a week, but don't make it into, all right, I had a cheat meal on Saturday. Now I'm going to have another one on Sunday. Or then it gets into Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday. And then before you know it, those 5 pounds you lost, over a certain amount of time, now you added 5 pounds. Now you have to work even harder to get those 5 pounds off your body. So yeah, the next thing in this video that I'm going to show you guys is just how my physique is looking currently. And obviously you guys know my weight because I showed it at the start of the video. But here are some shots of my physique. And then after that, we'll basically conclude this video. But I'm excited to get posting more and give you guys some more content. So here's a physique update. So that is going to wrap it up for this little video of basically my return and the plans for moving forward for this account. We do plan to post more often. I'm not sure if it's going to be once a week, twice a week throughout the summer, but I'm not really sure. But obviously, leave a follow on our Instagram and TikTok at Santoro Shreds. And of course, leave a like on this video for the YouTube. Show some support, and I'll see you guys in the next one.